Hello, welcome to a Madera Community College Reading and Writing Center presentation. We will be using a Sayback response lens that we use in the tutoring center. Using this type of lens helps a reader to understand or determine what a text is saying overall, or it helps writers determine if what they are saying in a draft is clear enough for readers to understand. What is Sayback? Essentially, it is reading for clarity. Why is using a Sayback response important? Well, sometimes when you are in the middle of an assigned reading, you might feel uncertain about whether you understand the ideas in a text. Or maybe you felt unsure about whether what you're writing is saying what you want it to say. A check for clarity can be useful in those cases, especially when you think about how complex peer-reviewed journal articles and 6 or 7-page essays can get. If you take a moment to step back and consider what you think a text is getting at, you give yourself the opportunity to clarify or say back the larger picture instead of getting stuck in the details. How a sayback response works is to first read through the whole text, then answer this question: what is the text saying overall? Then write a response to this question. What do I think this is saying overall? Or what do you hear me saying overall? Just as a side note, if you're reading something exceptionally long, you can also pause section by section or page by page. Then you can write a response that starts something like the following. If you're responding to something like an assigned reading, you can start to say, I think this is saying overall that. Or if you're responding to your own writing, I think I'm saying overall that. If you're responding to somebody else's writing, are you saying overall that? The response may look a little different depending on what you are responding to. If you are trying to respond to someone else's writing, saying back is useful because it helps us as readers figure out what you think a piece of writing is saying. Framing the response as a question invites the writer to respond. You want the writer to restate and get closer to what they want to say. What is Sayback like? The good news is that you might do this quite a bit already without realizing it. It's a lot like what you might do if you're ever try to double check what a teacher is asking of you when getting an assignment. Basically, it restates your understanding of what was said and or written in your own words. One example is double checking what a teacher is asking you to do in an assignment. For example, you might get a prompt and some instructions from your teacher about a particular assignment. First, you read through the text and then you may ask, so you're saying that this paper is due in 3 weeks, but it's also going to be a part of our final portfolio later. Is this correct? If the answer is yes, then you have the understanding you need. Or if the answer is no, then your teacher could re-explain what their expectations are more clearly. We have covered the what, why, and how about a Sayback response. To summarize the what, is checking for clarity. The why is to get a clear understanding of the big picture. The how is to read the text and respond by writing what you think the text is getting at overall. At this point, let's take a few minutes and read through the sample text, which could look similar to an English 1A class syllabus. Go ahead and click the pause button now on the video. Now that you've read through the sample syllabus, take a few minutes and write a response by answering what you think the text is saying overall. Again, click the pause button now on the video. The following response may look similar to what you have written. If not, that's okay. You can use the Sayback response over and over again. Repeatedly rereading text will help gain a clear understanding of what the text is getting at overall. Now that you have had some practice writing a Sayback response, let's try responding to a sample essay that may look similar to your essays. Take a few minutes and read through the sample text pictured here. Click the pause button now on the video. Now that you have read through the sample essay, take a few minutes and write a response by answering what you think the text is saying overall and why you think that is. Click the pause button now on the video. If you submit your essay either synchronously or asynchronously, you may see a tutor response like the following. Or you may even have written something similar. If not, that's okay. Again, you can repeatedly use a Sayback response to obtain the big picture and a clear understanding of what a text is getting at overall. Be mindful that saying back what a text is trying to say is more than just repeating back particular claims. That's a little bit like looking at each tree in the forest when you want to focus on the whole forest. Saying back what a text is talking about is more like trying to determine what it adds up to. In other words, what it might not say directly. A sayback response can be helpful because when readers say back to the writer what they hear, overall, it invites the writer to respond. Utilizing this type of response often leads the writer to find precisely the words or thoughts or emphasis the writer was looking for within their text. So remember, writers, after reading a sayback response from a reader, if you answer yes, that is what I'm trying to get at, then the text is clear. But if you answer no, that is not what I'm trying to get at with this text, then the text is not entirely clear. You can then clarify the text by revising it with more specific detail. This video concludes the Reading and Writing Center's presentation about using the Sayback lens response. If you would like, we have written handouts of this lens response and others like it on our Madeira Oakhurst online tutoring posted on Canvas under Courses. You must self-enroll to add this to your Canvas page to gain access. Please see the Academic Success Center homepage on the Madeira Center website. If you need any further help, please call 559-675-4846 or visit us on campus. We are located in room R1A. Or at themadeiracenter.com under Student Services, then click on Academic Success Center for further information. For your convenience, the link is listed on the bottom right corner of the slide. This link will take you directly to the page I just mentioned. Thank you for visiting the MCC Reading and Writing Center, and we hope to see you do the right thing and come write with us.